I'm Brian.
I'm Aiden.
This is Clip and Tell, CNT for short. And tell me what this podcast is about.
This podcast is about movies, TV shows, pop culture, current events, but definitely more geared towards movies and TV shows.
Cool. So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth.
Never seen it. Okay, so let's get into it. We have notes, everything. Well, Aiden, he mostly took notes. I'm just going to ride off his coattails. But tell me your initial thoughts going into this. What were you... did you have any expectations? I know you don't watch trailers, specifically. He's famous for not even watching a single trailer. It's kind of annoying when you go to the movies, but you can't talk about the trailer. But what were your thoughts?
First, I absolutely love the concept. I think that having aliens on Earth run amok was just such a neat way to execute this. You know, if you're going to do a TV show or any sort of like spin-off, expand the world in a certain kind of way. I think there were definitely a few areas that could have been better, especially episode 1, but they seem to be getting their footing in episode 2. What do you think?
Episode 2 seems to be a little bit better. The writing needs some major work. What did I write down? What was the line that I... Oh.
It's bad. Bad how? Wait, what do you mean for?
Alien.
That was from episode 2.
That was from episode 2.
There's definitely some dialogue that could use some improving the show. Well, first, I want to know your thoughts on the theme song. What do you think? The intro, because that sets the tone for the show. You know what I mean? Like you get an idea of kind of what you're getting into. It's going to set the mood. It's going to set the tone.
Honestly, what is the theme song? There's a
the
theme
intro. Yeah, they have music playing.
Really?
You see kind of an outline of a spaceship, I think. And
and the letters come in.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like that.
Okay.
I really like that because it's very, very reminiscent of Alien 1979. For the first 15 minutes of the first episode, they do shot by shot almost. We have the words coming in alien with just the letters, and it's vast space and the spaceship is really tiny. Then we have a shot of the ship waking up with the reflection on the helmet. And then we have the opening of the pods. There's the whole crew sitting around the table. Literally shot from shot. I was super excited about the show when I was first watching it. And then,
no longer.
And then
15 minutes in.
Well, actually, I gave it more of a chance than you did. You were already oh. What, when the lady was pounding on the door and she was like, let me in.
Yeah, if you knew there was an alien chasing you, you would be hysterical. And you're trying to get into a room, you would be absolutely hysterical.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be knocking on the door selling Girl Scout cookies.
You guys want some cookies?
They have the same scene, almost shot for shot, in Alien Romulus. Do you remember?
Listen to me, she's pregnant. Please, guys, please, come on.
Yes. Oh, yes, and I'll put a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, but same exact scene. In one scene, she's hysterical in Alien Romulus, but in the new Alien Earth TV show, she's like, oh my God. Andy, please!
Let me in, you son of a bitch. Don't let me get mother on you.
Mother! You bitch!
Okay, so the other problem I had with the show was the aliens in the show, or the alien, because there's only one, is introduced so early. So we see it first in the opening intro, the theme song. We see clips of the alien.
Yes,
and then I like
the cool editing.
And then you see it again. I think, too early in the show. I wish they had gone in the same style that they had gone with Aliens, and all the other Alien movies. Is they do a really good job at building tension. To me, I felt like Alien Earth didn't have that same atmosphere, where at least for the first episode, build some tension. Yeah. Tease us a little bit. Like what, they just did such a good job in the other movies than I thought they did here. You're going to play a clip of that alien rolling across the screen, which is going viral on TikTok right now. The moment that shot came on the screen, I was laughing. It looked so cheesy. It looked like they were literally pushing this fake plastic stiff suit, or I don't know what it was, across the screen.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that shot?
They were paying homage to how the alien moved in the first one.
Okay.
There is a shot, and I will put it here somewhere. The alien is literally like coming towards, what is her name? And it looks like it's on wheels, I guess.
Okay. I kind of understand it more, I think, for the earlier Alien movies, because I'm like, okay, there's limitations in what you can do, in certain terms of like the technological aspects. But for this, I'm like, come on, that shot shouldn't look.
Well, you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't. Because like, if the alien was CG, I would have thrown, I don't know, something at the TV.
Do you prefer CG or practical?
Practical.
Okay.
All the way.
See, I love Guillermo del Toro's approach, and I know he doesn't do alien movies, although he should, is he uses mostly practical with just some dashes of CG. I love that, because then you get like the real look and the real feel, and then the CG is so minimal that it just all comes together flawlessly. I think when it's like too practical and it's just like a guy in a suit, or like just like, a piece that you're rolling across the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the practical monster effects in this, and I give them props for doing it too, because it's like Alien Romulus, where they were trying to go back to practical, which I really liked. Because in Alien 3, they really, that was the beginning of CGI, and they really utilized that. They try to put as much CGI alien as possible,
I remember.
which at the time I thought looked cool, but today it kind of looks a little iffy.
Isn't that weird how sometimes practical effects like are aged or date better, and CG just like a few years later, you're like, damn, that looks bad.
The only movie that stands up and I is Jurassic Park, the original. Like, I know there's only like...
Can you play a clip?
Yeah. Yeah, we're playing a clip right here. This is the Tyrannosaurus Rex breaking free of its parak. That movie is crazy because, I've even seen reaction videos on TikTok where people like Gen Z watch it and they're like, this was made in 1993?
Oh, wow.
That looks so cool.
I think the other time that you really see it not work out is whenever like one of the actors or characters will touch the CG creature and it never like aligns right. So we'll be like petting the creature and it's like right above. But when it's practical, the actor can actually touch the whatever the creature is supposed to be. So it looks a lot more real.
Especially for close-ups.
Yeah.
Like when the alien's about to bite off someone's face, like it should be a practical just because you would get a better performance from the actor if there's like this scary monster like about to bite your head off.
Good point.
Instead of acting to a tennis ball.
What are you acting against when you're up with the other? Are they tennis balls on sticks?
There's a tennis ball on a stick. Terrifying.
It is crazy how good the practical monsters in Aliens. An alien, but aliens like Stan Winston in Aliens. Like he also did the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Okay. They're
just so good. They look good in this, but it's crazy how slimy and they look like living organisms. Like this kind of is giving me a little rubber suit-ish.
It is. And that's what a lot of the online commentary was. It's like it looks plasticky. It looks just
and it's crazy because it's like it's almost a lost art form because Stan Winston he passed away, but
R.I.P.
But even if he's still alive,
we should do top 5 Sam Winston.
There you go. Yeah. Note. I think it's even if he was still alive, it's still a lost art form because everyone does CGI.
CGI, yeah.
So like the puppeteering and the making something look like a living organism when it's just a rubber thing is completely lost.
Yeah.
They almost got it. I mean, even the teeth kind of bothered me in this one. They kind of look like metal a little bit. Again, aliens, and see the queen alien. Like, that's a huge puppet.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. That's like really, really crazy. And that's the best. Like, that's when the movies look the best. Like, that beats out CGI, in my opinion.
What did you think of the kind of like side plot with the kids turning into robots or like having their consciousness?
I think that's the
transmitted
main
into-
plot, actually.
I think the main plot are the aliens, Brian. Not here for some robots.
You know what? It's called a twist. A little plot twist. You thought you were here for aliens? No, you're here for cyborg children.
Okay, so that's two questions. Why are they children? And not why are they children like in the plot, just like why was the writing decision made that it had to be children? Like, why is it sick children to robots instead of sick adults to robots? And then what do we think of that plot piece? Because I find it kind of interesting that they're exploring like death no longer like exists in some area in this world. Like they just invented this new science where somebody can live forever.
Yeah,
I think that's a
you could
really neat
transfer
concept.
your consciousness to
Yeah.
it. But the thing is, like, what makes aliens scary is the fact that you die from the alien. So when they were like, oh, we've discovered immortality or whatever, or we beat death, I'm like, okay, well, if everyone has that, then this movie or the show loses all its scare factor, I guess. Why children? I don't know. I mean, my first thought would be, because they wanted to see we don't really see the child's angle from this, but we did see Newt.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I do, and this is just a theory, I do wonder because this is now a Disney property. This is no longer a like Fox on its own. So I do wonder if Disney was kind of like, hey,
Let's get the kids involved.
Well, it's a bloody show, but like let's make it a little bit more approachable
By kids.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like,
this is rated R.
I know it's rated R, but there's still like a younger audience that's still gonna watch like rated R stuff. You know, like I go see Deadpool, the entire theater's full of kids. So like there is, an audience for that kind of like. I just wonder because I'm like we're seeing kids.
Well, they are. Are they teenagers though?
I
think.
It seemed like
they're like preteen teenagers.
Around like 13 to 16. That's what I was getting from these. Yeah. And then the first girl kind of looked young. I feel like she could be like 12 or 13 though.
Yeah. But then they have them all in older bodies. So, but it's like teenage. I did see something like on Reddit that it was like this show is like teen. teeny bopper alien or something.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, did this get Disney-fied? Is this like a little?
Oh, this got Disney-fied.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of Disney, we saw some really interesting product placements in the first and second episode.
We did. Yeah, we saw. What was it? Ice Age.
Yeah.
Ice Age
and Peter Pan.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying. I guess I didn't.
It's when they're transferring Wendy. And I think it's like
into
that's
the right.
Robot. They have like Peter Pan playing.
They have it on the
And I think even when the other kids also end up transferring to the robots too, that you see Peter Pan again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually doesn't bother me at all until episode 2, where the main character
she's searching for her brother, and then she.
And then he says something that triggers her. And then the sloth from
Ice Age
fades in and doesn't go full opacity and then fades out.
It was so random.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. That was so weird. I thought that was like a mistake.
I thought it was like a glitch or a bug. I was like, oh, maybe my the TV glitched or like the app glitched.
Oh, I thought the editor misplaced the clip and drug it like somewhere else in the timeline and just didn't realize.
Yeah.
And then the sloth didn't even say anything. Like, it just like mouthed. Like, I was like, what? I mean, it took us like, we went on the internet to see if, like, we had to rewind to see what he said, because I was like, oh, he must have said something that triggered her memory.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really find the line. He did say something. Like,
it was like something similar. I'm sure the comments will tell us, but I was like, I'm not that familiar with the Ice Age movies. Like, I've seen them, but it's been like,
I love
and I think the
those.
last one is like 2016. They have 4 movies, but I'm like, of all the movies to put in this TV series, like Ice Age is the one that they chose. They should have just kept going with Peter Pan. I'm like, everyone kind of knows the gist of Peter Pan. At least that would make a little bit more sense. But to have this random sloth just appear on the screen with 20% opacity is like,
that was,
and it's an emotional scene too. It's not
it was really strange, and I honestly thought it was an error, like an editing error. And with all the exposition in this show,
of which there was a lot. I mean, we got like 30 plus characters in the first.
Yeah, but they didn't explain that.
Characters, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I mean, like, this whole, like, they seem to over-explain everything in the show, but when it came to that one fade in, fade out of the slot, I was so lost.
Same.
So lost. And it was just weird to see the juxtaposition of, like, a cartoon character in an alien movie.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I mean, what's one thing if they're watching it on screen? That's fine. But when it faded in, like, it was like she was remembering this sloth that she met. I mean,
I honestly want to know the story of that sloth getting there, because I'm like, it passed writers, producers, editors, director, and then and then like somebody literally slid the grid down to 20% opacity and was like, yeah, this shot.
Oh,
good
I think it was, in theory, an editor is supposed to be the one to put the movie together. The director comes in and is like, oh, kind of fix this, fix that. But as an editor, you're supposed to put your own artistic vision into it.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's like really the thing in this corporate studio world. Yeah. I'm trying to think if they gave me that assignment and they're like, you need to add a sloth here. I would be like, you want me to, what? You want me to add a sloth where? and what? You only have like, you can only choose from so many clips, and it's like, it was literally just like kind of dancing and mouthing something. That was the thing. I was like, what is he saying? What is the sloth saying? They couldn't find a spot where the sloth just smiles.
It was saying "Face Your Fury." I can't even remember the line. It was like, and it pulled me out of the moment. She's like trying to find her brother in this very intimate, emotional moment.
Yeah.
And just a sloth appears on the screen.
That was wild.
What are your thoughts on the closing theme song for the show?
I hate rock music.
I feel like it takes us out of the moment. Every episode so far has ended with like suspense or tension or a cliffhanger. And then when you just hear the rock music, I'm like, it just feels more in tune with maybe a sitcom or maybe something a
teen bop movie.
Yeah. This is not the kind of music I would expect to hear at the end of an Alien franchise where you're supposed to be building suspense and fear and tension.
Right.
So I think,
because like at the end of the episode 2, spoiler alert, the guy turns around, there's a whole bunch of alien eggs, and it's set to like, I don't even know the rock. I don't know rock. Guns N' Roses. I don't know. But he like turns around and it's like ding ding ding, ding, and it's like some like weird generic rock song.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. Characters too many. Is it, you said that because we were introduced to like a full crew at the very beginning? And
well,
then,
it was, you had the initial set of characters in the beginning, and then you had the next set of characters when she's transitioning, the main character is transitioning into like her robot body. There's that set of characters. We get the trillionaire, we get the,
there's a trillionaire.
There's like this other lady, and then we get the character with the white hair. And then we get another set of characters when all the kids transition to their own robot bodies. So, and then we get another set of characters when the ship is crash landing. There's all the soldiers were like, let's go do our thing. So it felt like a lot of characters, but usually first episodes I give like some grace, but I'm like, they could have toned it down a little bit more to maybe have not so much going on in, I think, one episode.
Yeah,
So
I was really
like,
shocked that like the first group of characters that we got to get to know, because they were sitting around the kitchen table after their hypersleep.
spoiler alert, RIP.
Every android's been evil except for Bishop.
Thank you.
I did not like he can transform into stuff. It's giving Terminator.
That's what I thought too, Terminator 2. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I felt like if he had the actual tool, it would make it more like he was in more of an intent to do what he did, instead of just being like, oh, I can turn my hand into a thing. I don't like when robots can like turn into things that can combust.
Well, why don't you just become a bomb or something to get me?
You can't form complex machines. Guns and explosives have chemicals, moving parts. It doesn't work that way.
Brian, this is science fiction. You can be anything you want to be. Anything, literally.
It has to be science. Based in science and somehow.
Science fiction.
I know, but like, you can't just make fire out of nothing. Like, you're made of metal. You're made of liquid metal. What are you going to make fire out of? What are you going to make a bomb out of?
The science that's used to create the bomb.
No, you can't just say the science. You can't just say this. No, that doesn't work.
Okay, our final piece here for Alien Earth is IGN gave this a 9 out of 10. How would you rate collectively the first 2 episodes? So together, not its own individual rating, just together. Actually, no, give me your individual rating, then rate them both together.
Okay. Episode 1, I give it a 6. Episode 2, I give it a 7.5. What about you?
I was going to say similar. I was going to say episode 1 around 6, no higher than a 6. I think it that first 15 minutes really got me, and I'm disappointed it didn't go that direction. And then I also feel like I almost wish they had started the show at like the ship already landed, and like
crashed?
Yeah, crashed, and then them like uncovering the mystery of like what happened here. Because I think that the early reveals of the alien and like what they were doing was just too much. Like that would be a good mystery to have throughout the show. Is like, what was this ship here for, and what's So the mystery has gone out of the show. And then episode 2, I would give a little bit higher. I really like the alien and play clip, the alien chase scene where he is running from the alien in the building earlier on, and then you see a full body shot of the alien jumping through that. Yeah, I thought that was like really well done. Yeah. And usually I haven't been a big fan of the xenomorph design so far, but in episode 2, I liked the way you just see everything. It worked really well. It was animated really well. We'll have to see some behind the scenes on how they exactly did that shot, because it felt like it could have been part CGI and part practical. It was really mobile, and I liked that it wasn't stiff. So 6 for episode 1. Episode 2 would get a rating of a 7. I'm hoping episode 3 will get a higher rating. Yeah, but I'm surprised IGN gave this a 9 out of 10. I think that was a little
they gave the whole series. They've already seen all 10 episodes.
Oh, dang. So it's like a collective.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Okay.
Speaking of rankings, let's see. I have a list here. So, Variety. They ranked all the Alien movies from worst to best. I'm going to give out a name of a movie.
Okay.
And I want you to put it in a rank.
Okay.
Okay? I'll see it. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Alien Romulus.
I would put that I would put it as like a 4. I think they ranked it as like a 6 or 7.
It's a 3.
Oh, it's close.
You're close.
I thought so.
Okay. Alien versus Predator, Requiem.
I actually don't like that one. I think it's a 9.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alien Resurrection. Do you remember this one?
Yeah. I kind of recall this being kind of mad that they made this movie. I think it's an 8. Wait. No, I feel like they put it as 7.
Ooh, first time you were right. It was an 8.
8.
Aliens versus Predator.
I feel like they probably put this at a 6.
Oh, correct.
Yeah.
What about Prometheus?
I forgot about Prometheus. I'm surprised they considered this. I know it's like in the alien world, but that messes up my order because I actually liked Prometheus. That fucks it up. I don't even remember my slots, but I feel like I have spot number 5 open. I think they probably put it up spot number 5.
Okay. Yeah, spot number 4. What about Alien Covenant?
Oh, that was terrible. I forgot. I would have put that at actually 9 or maybe 8, but I'll actually put it at 8 because I think if I had to choose between that and Requiem, I think I like that slightly above Requiem.
Okay. They did 5.
Wow. That's really high. Alien Covenant, I had a lot of issues because Prometheus, I thought was a really solid film, and I think that I don't like when sequels like undo things that the first movie does, and it's just like different writers, different directors. I consider it fan fiction. Sorry, guys.
Damn.
Yeah.
Alien 3. Alien Cubed, excuse me.
Alien 3 has some really interesting lore. So,
what's the lore?
Just that it was a movie that was like in production hell for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And so when I was in college, I was just so interested in like film history and stuff, and I read all the Alien 3 scripts, and that were like up for like they had famous directors and famous writings, because it's so interesting seeing like the process from going from a script to a movie. But Alien 3 actually has like, it is the Frankenstein of movie, you guys. It is like literally a producer took like 3 scenes from this script, 3 scenes from that script, 3 scenes from another script, and then it just all like comes into one movie. So as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, whoa, it's like every single one of these scripts just like Frankenstein into and that's I think why the movie, like in a lot of parts when you watch it and you kind of like think about the things that the characters do and their motivations, there's a lot of the movie that doesn't actually make sense, because when you Frankenstein a movie, you're not really like doing a cohesive plot.
Right,
it's just
you're
like
using like super glue or tape.
Yeah, exactly. And every producer's in there like, hey, I like this scene from the other script. Can you include that scene? And another producer's like, hey, I like this scene from the other script. Can you include that scene? So it doesn't end up making a lot of sense. So for that reason, I don't really like the movie, because it's just it's not well put together. I love the concept. I love the fact that they are like trapped on this. It was like a work planet or something.
Prison
planet. But I also don't like the fact that they kill some characters off screen from the previous
God,
film,
I hated that. That was the worst. That was the absolute worst. I really do like the intro scene, like the way it was done, like the credits.
Can you play a clip?
Yeah. Like especially when the thing like cracks.
Yeah.
And like the eyes are fluttering, and we like know that somebody's impregnated by us. But it's so sad, and the whole plot of Aliens is kind of like literally dead.
Yeah.
They're dead. Like poor Newt and I forget the soldier's name.
Yeah.
But, so what do you rank it?
Alien 3 towards the bottom. If I don't have the 9 or 8 spot taken, maybe like a 7. Probably 7, because I already put Requiem at 9. I put Covenant at 8. I put
and you'll be correct.
Alien 3. 6?
No, 7.
7.
I will say that I really like the way the movie is shot. I'm a big fan of the director. Even though David Fincher, he thought it was going to ruin his career. And actually the next film he did do, which is 7, which I want to watch with you, was like his masterpiece right after this film. But the most iconic shot of all Alien films is in Alien 3, in my opinion. And that would be when Ripley is in the infirmary and the alien comes down, kills like her friend that's giving her morphine or something, and like comes up next to her, and she's like, in fact, I loved it so much when I was in high school. I made a clip of, and I put myself in as Ripley. Play a clip. Aliens.
Aliens, I would put as number 2 or number 1. I feel like it's going to take one of those spots.
Which one do you?
I think that list put them at number 2 because I think nostalgia, when it comes to those types of things, they always put them at number 1. So I think it took the number 2 spot.
So you only think Alien is a good film because of nostalgia?
I think they ranked it as number 1. I would put
They
Aliens
did.
above.
You're correct.
Those types of lists, they always
So-
put like the okay. Solid list.
Cool. What else did I? Oh yes, I do have a wild theory that the entire Earth is covered in water and there's only islands in the alien Earth. And we'll leave it at that.
Feel free to check out our TikTok, like and subscribe, follow for more.